Okay, so let me start with a story. Two brothers, same age, same diet, same exercise, but one has an HDL of 35, the other proudly says, my HDL is 95, I have got lots of good cholesterol, so my heart is safe. Cut to 5 years. It's the brother with HDL 95 who suffers a heart attack. How is that even possible? Wasn't HDL supposed to be the good cholesterol who protects your heart? Then if it was that good, why didn't really protect his heart? Answer might completely change how you look at your cholesterol report. First, HDL deserves its good reputation. Think of your arteries as city roads. LDL delivers cholesterol to different parts of the body, and HDL acts like a cleaning crew. It picks up excess cholesterol from the artery walls, carries it back to the liver where it can be removed. I have explained this in detail in my linked video. This process is called reverse cholesterol transport. That's why HDL earned the nickname of the good cholesterol. Where the myth began. Now, years ago, researchers noticed something interesting. People with higher HDL levels often had fewer heart attacks. So everyone, including doctors, made a simple assumption. If HDL is good, then a higher number must be even better. It sounded perfectly logical. But then larger studies started asking a different question. What happens to people with extremely high HDL? The answer surprised everyone. Having very high HDL did not always reduce the heart attack risk. In fact, in some studies, extremely high HDL was even linked with a higher mortality. So what exactly is going on? Now comes the real explanation. Now imagine there are two garbage trucks. Both look identical. One drives around the city collecting waste all day. The other has a broken engine. It looks impressive, but never actually picking up any garbage. Both are counted as garbage trucks. Only one is doing the job. HDL is similar. Your blood test measures how many HDL cholesterol is present. It doesn't tell us whether these HDL particles are actually working properly. So scientists call this HDL function. In other words, a higher HDL number doesn't necessarily mean a better protection. HDL can become less effective in several conditions like diabetes, smoking, obesity, chronic inflammation, kidney diseases. The HDL particles may become damaged or dysfunctional in these cases. Instead of efficiently removing cholesterol, they may lose much of their protective effect. So, a high HDL result isn't a guarantee of a healthy heart. So what should you focus on instead? Rather than obsessing over HDL alone, doctors look at your overall cardiovascular risk. That includes LDL cholesterol, ApoB, non-HDL cholesterol, blood pressure, diabetes, smoking, family history, lipoprotein A. These often predict future heart diseases far better than HDL by itself. Coming to the important question, can you improve your HDL? Here's the encouraging part. Instead of trying to make HDL higher, focus on making your cardiovascular system healthier. Exercise regularly, don't smoke, maintain a healthy weight, choose healthy fats like nuts, fish and olive oils, control diabetes if you have it. What is the take-home message? Let's summarize. 1. HDL is called the good cholesterol because it helps remove the excess cholesterol. 2. A high HDL level does not guarantee protection from heart disease. 3. HDL function matters more than the HDL quantity, but we don't routinely measure HDL function in clinical practice. And 4. Never judge your heart health by HDL alone. Look at your complete cardiovascular risk profile. So the next time someone proudly says, my HDL is high so I'm completely safe, you'll know the answer. And if you enjoy learning the real science behind common blood tests without confusing medical jargon, subscribe to this channel. And tell me in the comments, what was your HDL in your last blood test? And I will see you in my next video.